A woman with black hair and eyes was looking at us. So, this story happened when I was younger, but I still remember it vividly. My friend and I were playing in the yard of an abandoned school. We were playing a game in which we had to take turns. It was her turn. I was watching the sunset when I saw something in one of the school's windows, a woman. I forgot about the sunset and stared straight into her eyes. Then I felt someone grab my arm and I startled. It was my friend. She asked me if I was okay. I said yeah, why wouldn't I be? And she responded with, well, I kept calling your name and you didn't answer. It's your turn. What were you looking at anyway? I didn't want her to think I was crazy, so I told her I was watching the sunset and that it is so beautiful. It could have been a homeless woman or someone looking to refurbish the site. Interesting though. A couple of questions. Is the school still there, or what's in its place? What did the woman look like? Did she look solid, young, or old? If you ever go back there, it's worth asking people in the vicinity, either workers or residents, if they know anything. She was pale, jet black hair, jet black eyes, including the mascara. She was kinda young. 30 years, 40 max. Yes, the school is still there. It's in the same yard as an abandoned kindergarten. Nothing happened to them. I just live in a small village and there weren't enough children anymore. We asked my friend's mother and she thought that we made it up. It's intriguing. I had a similar experience when I was a kid. I was walking home through a cobbled street and passed an abandoned house that was in disrepair. Something made me look up. I saw a young woman staring at me. It chilled me to the bone. I went back in the daytime and there was nothing. I never forgot it. When I was a bit older, I started asking people in the local pub and gas station if they knew anything. I found out there was a young woman and her daughter that lived there. A few months after her husband left, they both vanished. No one saw them leave or move. Later the house was refurbished into 2 condos, but none of the new tenants stayed there more than 6 months. I never found out the concision, but I never forgot it either. Your story reminded me of that. That's why I'm also curious. Oh, that is curious. No, there are no cute goth girls in my village. I think you overestimated my village. We have 400 people living here tops. I was too scared to enter the yard for a few years afterwards, but I did go through the graveyard. In my country we put pictures of the deceased on their graves, and no one matched up, but there are a few old unmarked graves. My village is at least 500 years, and some marked ones with no pictures, 50 to 100 years, so it could be. Also, now that you mention it, last year my older brother told the story of an old woman in our village. We were talking with some friends, and asked me if I remember her. I told him no, I didn't even know of her existence. The story was that in our village, I know, legends, but it's the only thing I can think of. There was a woman who was cursed to always look to the ground, as in her back was bent, because her eyes were not good to look into, they were cursed. My brother told me that he was warned not to look into her eye, but he still did, only once. He told me it was bad, he just felt wrong, and he never dared to look again. The woman died of old age, but I never put 2 and 2 together. Though I am not so sure about this. Oh, that is so creepy. This world is extremely unpredictable, so we may never find out what you and your friends saw. It could have been a spirit of someone who died on the property or nearby, maybe a homeless person, perhaps something taking the form of a woman. I personally feel it's some sort of entity that was looking to prey upon you guys. There's things that exist that feed on humans. Definitely sinister with how both of y'all were entranced and the weather drastically changed so quick. I wouldn't recommend going back. Y'all literally escaped with your lives.